Good afternoon and welcome to the Snake Bite, your home for all FSC athletics. I'm Slinky Jones.
And I'm Andrew Pauling, and here's what's going on in the world of FSC athletics. On Monday, the college announced the appointment of Drew Howard as the new Director of Athletics and Dean of Wellness. Howard, who had served in the role on an interim basis, has been with FSC since 2013. He has served in the role of Assistant Athletic Director of NCAA Compliance, Associate Athletic Director for Internal Operations, and Senior Associate Athletic Director. President Dr. Ann Kerr said, quote, Drew Howard has an impressive set of skills that will enable Florida Southern College to continue our national prominence in Division II athletics, end quote. Following the announcement, Howard spoke with members of the media about some of his favorite parts of the job and his plan for the immediate future.
It's really the same things that you enjoy while you're here in any role, right? We have an outstanding group of student athletes. They're some of the best at their craft, their sport, and they're excellent in the classroom. They're great in the community. And being able to contribute to them living out their dreams, playing college sports, earning a degree is why we do what we do. And then, you learn to connect with different ones and get along, and you start to really see young men and women who are going to be awesome at what they decide to do in life. And then we have a great group of coaches who I love coming to work with every day. I love coming to work with them, and that's what I'm looking forward to. It's the same stuff that has made this job so special the previous 5 years. Is what's going to make it special moving forward is the coaches, the athletes, the staff, the people on campus that you work with. Coming to work with them is why we're here and why I enjoy the job. Florida Southern, under Pete's leadership, has been phenomenal. I mean, there's no question we've won in the classroom and on the field at a ridiculous clip. My hope really is to come in and tweak a few things, but maintain what we've had and find some ways to improve where we can. There's no big glaring weakness, right? We have to get better in a lot of areas. I have a few things in mind, but they're small things, small fixes. It's really maintenance and finding areas to get better.
Slinky, as someone who has gotten to know Drew over the past couple of years, what are your thoughts on this now permanent promotion?
Definitely well-deserved. I spoke with Drew when the job first opened up, and I told him I think he'd be the perfect fit. He obviously told me there would be other candidates, but like I said, he's well-deserving of it.
And then they did they did have a list of over 150 other candidates, so he ended up being the one that they went with. As an administrator, what has he been like for you and fellow athletes?
I think I can speak for all the other athletes. He's been nothing but positive for us. He's been really supportive. He stops in at practices. He comes to games. And like I said, he's going to do a great job with this.
And Drew will actually be on the show next week. We're supposed to do an interview with him later on in the week, so make sure that you guys tune into next week's show to catch that interview.
Again, congratulations to Drew on his well-deserved promotion. Now let's jump back into sports. In baseball news, the Mocs went 3-1 over the past week, picking up a 10-6 win against Flagler and winning 2 out of the 3 games versus Lynn over the weekend. In total, the Mocs outscored the Fighting Knights 21-15 over the 3 games. The team is now 17-11 overall and 3-6 in conference play. They will be at home this weekend for a 3-game series against Embry-Riddle with games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The softball team took on Embry-Riddle over the weekend, dropping the first 2 games by final scores of 3-5 before picking up an extra innings win in Game 3. In their 9-8 victory, Maddie Connor and Megan Sexton both homer for the Mocs, who had yet to hit over-the-fence home runs as a team in their first 41 games at Chris Bellotto Field. Prior to those 2 homers, Celia Higgins' inside-the-park home run had been the only one hit by a Moc at their new field.
In women's lacrosse news, the Mocs picked up another 3 wins, improving to 8-1 on the season. They defeated Slippery Rock 20-7, Florida Tech 16-4, and Belmont Abbey 23-7. So far, the team is scoring on 47.7% of their shots. This week, they will take on Tampa tonight on the road and Mount Olive at home in a 3 p.m. game on Saturday. The men's team improved to 6-4 on the season following their 18-6 victory over Colorado Mesa this past Sunday. The Mocs are averaging 16.10 goals per game and will be on the road for a 1 p.m. game at Palm Beach Atlantic this Saturday.
In women's tennis, the Mocs fell to 12-2 on the season following their 3-4 loss against the number 11 ranked Academic of the Art. This ends a 3-game win streak for the Mocs. They will be back in action on the road Friday versus number 6 Nova Southeastern and Saturday versus number 7 Lynn. On the men's side of things, the Mocs improved to 7-9 on the season after picking up a 4-3 win against the New Jersey Institute of Technology last Wednesday. This will be their first victory against a Division I opponent since the team defeated Bethune-Cookman on February 1st back in 2013.
In men's golf news, the Mocs finished second out of 15 teams in the Bobcat Invitational earlier this month. 3 Mocs finished in the top 20 with Christian Anderson, Michael Van Dierland, and Johnny Tucker finishing 11th, 14th, and 17th respectively. I had a chance to speak with head coach Lee White yesterday. Here's what he had to say about the team's performance so far this season. Coach, your team finished second in the Bobcat Invitational last week. What was that tournament like for you guys?
It was a great week for us, thanks. Yeah, as far as the team, all 5 guys finished in the top 28, and there were 81 players in the field. So as a team, we collectively had everyone contributing. We had several scores in the 60s. It was a real good finish. We finished second, but we were able to beat a number 1 ranked Barry, number 3 ranked West Florida. So it was a big step in the right direction for us as we head into postseason here in about a month.
And then what have you guys looked to improve on most over the course of this season?
Really just consistency from everyone in the lineup, which, as what I just spoke on from last week, we really saw big improvements from our 4 and 5 guy contributing scores under par. That's going to be the difference in us finishing middle of the pack in our tournaments versus us contending to win, which is what we did last week.
And then up next for you guys, you have the Argonaut Invitational. What are your expectations for that tournament?
Yeah, so as we head up to West Florida, another good field. I just took a look at it. 8 of the top 20 teams in the country. So it's going to be another important week for us to play well. And, you know, our expectation is to contend to win, just as it is every week. So I think last week we just build on that momentum and go up there and give it our best shot.
And then for you, over the past few years, you've had the transition from player here at Florida Southern to assistant coach to now head coach this year. What has that transition been like for you?
It's been fun. It's been pretty smooth. You know, I loved being a player here for Coach Gordon back, 10, 12 years ago. And being his assistant was a great opportunity for me to learn from one of the best college golf coaches ever. So transitioning into the head coaching role has been pretty smooth because of that and because of the opportunities I was given. Everyone's been so helpful. Our new athletic director, Drew Howard, has been someone that I've spent a lot of time with, and Pete Meyer as well. So just it's been pretty easy and smooth because of all the help I've had. And the guys on the team, I've been familiar with them and our schedule. So just all of that has helped me be comfortable and just look forward to the rest of the year.
All right, well, thank you for the time, Coach. Good luck with the rest of your season.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks again to Coach for taking the time out of his day. The Mocs are back in action on Monday and Tuesday in the Argonaut Invitational. In women's golf, the Mocs competed in the Barry Invitational earlier this week, and a recap can be found on fscmocs.com. They will also be competing in the Argonaut Invitational next week.
The beach volleyball team played 7 games over the course of the past week. They were defeated by St. Leo in their matchup on Thursday before sweeping both ends of a doubleheader against Stevenson on Saturday, winning by a combined total of 9-1 in their second home event of the year. In Monday's doubleheader, the team picked up a 4-1 victory against Lincoln Memorial and a 3-2 win against North Alabama. The Mocs took on Lincoln Memorial for the second time in as many as days and anchored yesterday in St. Petersburg. For a recap of those matches, head to fscmocs.com.
In men's track, Mitchell Kozik set the new school record for the 3,000 meter with a time of 9 minutes and 40 seconds at the University of North Florida Spring Break Invitational on Friday. Warren Grajales and Michael Beleska finished second and third, respectively, in the 10,000 meter and the USF Bowls Invitational on Saturday. On the women's side, Hannah Fleming finished 9th in the 5,000 meter at the UNF event with a time of 18 minutes and 8 milliseconds, setting a new personal record. At the USF meet on Saturday, Sarah Zamat, Stephanie Hansen, and Anna Brooke Opolensky each ran their way into the record books in the 10,000 meter run. The trio of Mocs now hold the 3rd, 4th, and 5th fastest times in school history for that event. Thanks for joining us this week on The Snakebite. We'll be back with you guys next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. I'm Andrew Pauling.
And I'm Slinky Jones. Thank you guys for tuning in.